What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED and Steam Deck LCD gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna try out this new game that came out, Atomfall. Now, I would have liked to get this out a little sooner, but I was just absolutely swamped making videos of my new computers I just built. I got 39 different games that I did for each one of them. So that's a lot of games. So now we're gonna get it done though. And of course, we're gonna start on the Steam Deck since they are the weakest PCs I have. And that's not a hit against them at all. I knew that going into them. I knew they weren't gonna play AAA titles usually very well. I knew they weren't gonna be the best on battery life, although OLED's all right. Although my battery seems to have a little bit of an issue, seeing as though it can't even get under 16%, then that, honest to God, probably be another 20, 30 minutes of battery life, like honestly, that I can't even use. So I'll probably get a new battery for that, and I want to get that 65 watt hour battery upgrade for the other Ally as well. Because if it just had a little more battery, that thing would be pretty cool. That's what I always thought. But enough blabbing. It's time to hook this Steam Deck LCD up to the capture computer, and we'll get started. I think we'll do our usual default settings, see how that does, and then we'll try like everything on low, trying to get as much FPS as we can, and we'll do that on both. So we'll just go with the default first. I think it's medium, but we'll see in about 2 seconds once we get into the customized graphics detail. It says custom because that's because I turned off motion blur because I'm just not a big fan of it. And alright, we'll just play for a little bit like this, and then we'll probably switch it down to low just to see what kind of frames we can get. So, do the game! Alright, here's the beginning video, so I'll just shut up, let it play, and then we'll get ourselves some gameplay when it's done.
Transform this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one. And the public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Perhaps by next Christmas. Oh, no more reconnaissance flights. The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons. Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Anybody there? I need help.
Alright, here we are in the beginning of the game, so at least down here in this place, we're getting like 60 FPS, albeit with some stutters here and there. So that's already pretty good. Now, we probably won't get 60 plus once we get out of here, but we'll make sure we get some gameplay footage with medium settings once we get out of here, too. I'll play for 10 minutes if I have to.
Lying here in a sealed bunker inside the quarantine zone, and you don't know. Listen, I'll help you. Explain what I can. But I need your help in return, all right? You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant. That's where it all went wrong. The only way to Windscale is through the interchange. You need my key card. Or you'll never get in. There are people. Oh, God. People who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please. Hurry, please.
Alright, so I guess we've got to make him a bandage, huh? Alright, well, I don't know what I'm doing, so you might bleed to death before I figure out how to do this, so let's give it a shot. Alright, so we're looking for cloth and alcohol. I do not see any cloth or alcohol in here. But just making sure. Half the time they make it right in the room with you. But nope, looks like they want you to do a little exploring. Oh, there's a cloth. We probably need multiple, though. Oh, there's some whiskey. Oh, and more whiskey. Alright, is that enough? Oh wait, I probably have to make it too, don't I? Duh.
Hurry, please. It hurts like the devil.
All right, here you go. Somehow you managed to stay alive. That's good.
Well, at least I can think more clearly now. Here's my key card. It will get you out of here and into the interchange. It doesn't matter what else happened. As long as the truth of this place gets out. Here are my notes. Everything I remember.
All right, cool. We got ourselves some notes.
Now listen. There's still...
Oh, that's right. I'm downloading games on my Asus G15 Advantage. I just heard the Steam download finish thing. It's like, what the hell? I don't remember downloading anything. And why did it come from my kitchen? And that would be why. Because I was indeed downloading stuff. Yeah, Denuvo unfortunately ruined my benchmarking of this game for the day. I probably won't be able to get it done tomorrow either because I still have more than 5 computers to do. I guess that's the problem when you add both Steam Decks and Allies into the mix. And then you do the Firebat, and that's all your systems. You only get 5, I believe. So let's see here. So tomorrow I can do, yeah, the small form factor PC. We can do the Asus G15 Advantage. We can do the Alienware. We can do the secondary computer and the main PC, but we'll have to do the TV PC another day. But that's okay. Gives me a little break, I guess, instead of just constantly doing nothing but making videos until the early morning hours. Have a day of just relaxing and playing games all day. That'd be fun. Ooh, what do we got out here? Oh, somebody's over there. Okay, so that guy's definitely not friendly. Okay. I figured not, but I just wanted to see. Oh. A telephone. Hello? Who the hell is Oberon? Oh, great. This plate isn't going to explode, is it? Okay, it didn't explode yet, and I haven't had a missile launched at it, so that's good. I don't know what the heck can happen in this game, but... yeah, I didn't think we were going to get a 60 everywhere out here on medium, but still, it's playable for the people that don't give a shit about 60. Some people are okay with 30, 40, and this thing's getting 40 to 50 out here. And still hitting 60 every once in a blue moon, but mostly 50s, it seems. And that's okay. Much better than I thought it was going to do. Especially with how games usually run on these things. Ooh, what do we got here? Water, don't mind if I do. Water sounds nice. Oh, nope, it's barred from the other side, huh? Well, I guess we're not getting in that way, are we? However, it looks like we can go in here. I thought I saw a way up here. Glad I came back to verify. Alright, nothing there. Ooh. A rusty 12-gauge shotgun. Well, I'll take it. I didn't have any weapon before. Do you have any ammo? Yes. Oh, I guess it took it off the table, too, because I could have sworn there was something to pick up on the table a second ago. Ooh, some string and a med kit. Cool. This was definitely worth coming in. Anything else? Nope. All right, let's unlock. Head outside. And I think this is a good time for us to go drop her down to low. Well, now we're going to drop her down to low preset now. So let's go look at the customized graphics detail, just so you guys can see all the different graphic settings. It is indeed on low and almost everything off, besides the last thing there. But all right, let's get ourselves back to the game. Here we go. We got it on low now. And it's a mostly 60-plus experience, but it still has its little stutters that'll make it drop down into the 50s. I think I even saw 40s once. Yeah, see, 46. It'll do stuff like that from time to time, but for the most part, it's a 60 FPS experience, and that's pretty cool. Obviously, it doesn't look very great anymore, but I don't know. After seeing this game on Ultra, it's obviously not like all about crazy photorealistic graphics. So, though, I'm excited. This is great to have a game that actually runs halfway decently on this thing. It's been quite a while since I've played a game that gets 60 FPS without, you know, being like a really, really old game or a super easy to run indie game. Hell, some of those super easy to run looking indie games run the worst out of like any game I've played. In fact, I'm remembering 2 Tornado games specifically where it's like, dude, these look like they're from the PlayStation 3-ish era. And yet, they drop everything down to like 12 FPS if you look at a tornado, which is the whole point of the game. So it's like, dude, I feel like that meme. Think, Mark, think. Like, if you're going to have people chasing tornadoes and taking pictures of tornadoes, and that's the whole point of your game, don't make their frame rate tank when you look at the tornado. Or if it is, at least keep it in the 30s where it's playable for most. But no, it was dropping this bitch down to like 12. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is not playable on here. It took like expensive-ass computers to stay above 60 in that game. All right, I was hoping not to have to do that. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, all right, I want to hit him with the stick, but okay. Nope. But now everybody knows I'm here for sure, so let's grab his shit and get the fuck out of here. All right. It's kind of funny how you get hidden in grass in these kinds of games. Half the time it's like, dude, like even in the Assassin's Creed games, like how can they not see you? It's like you're right there. But hey, I'm still glad you got that. If it wasn't for that, I never would have killed like basically anybody in this game. Because I mean, you don't got very much ammo, so I pretty much like have a useless gun now that I killed one guy. So we'll have to find some more ammo, I guess. All right, we found another towel. Hell yeah. And some glue. I'm sure we can use for glue. Oh, and assorted scrap. All assorted just for me. Well, thank you. Whoa, that was way too big of a rip. Well, it's not that it was too big of a rip. Stupid phlegm in the back of my throat tickled my throat and made me cough, so that ruined my hit. That's no fun. Sorry about all the coughing, though. I already know I'm going to forget to edit that out. I try not to cough, sneeze, burp, or any of that stuff, but you can't always get what you want. Let's get all that stale-ass smoke out of there. I don't like when that sits around and then doesn't completely get out of your bong or pipe or whatever. Then you go to take a hit like 30 minutes later and there's still some in there and it tastes like absolute ass. No thanks. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I do not have the ammunition to take these people on. No way. What, do I even have any more? I think I have one bullet left, maybe two. Maybe none, though. I wonder if I can hit them in the head with my gun like in Indiana Jones. Probably not. And the whole time I do these screen-recorded things on my handhelds, I have no sound whatsoever, so I have absolutely no idea when people can see me, or apparently someone can. But I'm just going to slowly walk away, and hopefully they won't shoot at me. And just go, oh, where'd he go? All right, well, I don't see anybody trying to follow me yet, so that's good. And it turns out you can go in this, like, right now. I figured you had to, like, pull this thing to get it open. But no, if I would have looked at it better, you could have just gone right in. But then we probably would have been underground, and that's not going to do us any favors for, testing out the FPS. You want to be in a big, wide open area like this. I feel like this is a much better way to test the FPS. Obviously, I don't know if this is the most intensive place in the whole game. There could be way more places that are way harder to run than this, but still. Well, I like how you can vault over most things. That's useful. Yeah, be nice if it didn't have the big stutters every once in a while, but other than that, it's actually playing pretty damn good. Well, technically, well would be the proper English there, but I'm not always about proper speaking and all that shit. I don't really care that much. Hell, sometimes I'll just make my own words up, just for fun.
Hello. I don't know you, do I? No, I'm sure I don't. Not seen you around here before. Not being rude, but
Alright, though, if I'm just going to be in a conversation, I think it's about time to move on. Well, now, we will go ahead and try out the Steam Deck OLED here. We'll just start off the same way. We'll do medium, which was the default. Then we'll put everything to low and see if it can hit 90 FPS. Just want to turn motion blur off. I'm not a big fan of that. But anyway, with that, it's time for some gaming. Alright, just like last time, we'll start at the beginning. I don't know if I'm going to do this every time, but still, I'll shut up, let it do its thing, and then we'll get some gameplay.
The envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one. And
The public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Perhaps by experts. Oh, no more reconnaissance flights. The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons. Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Cumberland. Yeah, see, it's pretty short little intro. Just about a minute long.
Is anybody there?
Yeah, pretty much on the dot, in fact. But now we're in the actual game. It starts you out underground in a bunker, so we do get a little bit of inflated FPS here. We're not going to be able to get a constant 60 once we step out into the wide open world, but that's okay. I wouldn't expect to do that anyway. But I was pretty happy with the results from low, although I'd still recommend just locking it to 60. It can't quite handle 90 all the time, and it can sometimes drop all the way down like to 57 or something like that. And that's pretty jarring, going from 90 to 57. Even if the thing had VRR, it wouldn't really be able to hide that.
I can trust myself. Please, mister. Listen. Oh, my thoughts are still my own. You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant. That's where it all went wrong. The only way to Windscale is through the interchange. You need my key card. Or you'll never get in. There are people. Oh, God. People who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please. Hurry, please. It hurts like the devil.
Alright, at least we kind of know what to do that now, so we can get through this way quicker. But it does seem different. You don't always get the same stuff every time. That's kind of neat. That part's the same. Alright, do we have enough to make the thing yet? Yes, we do. Let's make one bandage for the dude.
Please, a bandage. Please help me. Thank you. Delaying the inevitable, I'm afraid. But at least I can think more clearly now. Here's my key card. It will get you out of here and into the interchange. It doesn't matter what else happened. As long as the truth of this
hello,
place gets
mister.
out. Here are my notes. Everything I remember. It's not much, but it's all I
Get some
can do.
treats?
Now listen,
You do like your treats.
there's still every chance.
Or are you gonna come up here and sit on my lap?
Bad may happen to me, and you shouldn't be here when it does. If I can ever repay you for helping me, I will. But for your own safety, you should go. Leave me. Go now. It's rare to find anyone who has the slightest spark of kindness in this place. It may help you to survive.
Alright, I think I've had enough time to recover. Let's see if I can hit this bong this time without frickin' coughing my ass off.
Be on your guard out there.
Because that was lame.
Everything is a threat.
Quarantine protocol is in effect. Store must remain sealed.
Yep, no problem.
Remain.
It was just that stupid phlegm.
Emergency access has been granted.
Though, like I've said in about, what, 6-7 videos now, if I'd stopped smoking like I was before, it'd probably go away quicker. Every time I hit the bong or bowl or anything weed related, it probably goes, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to really heal much now. So, enjoy phlegm. You know, who knows? Oh, hello again, Misty. You can come up here if you want, sure. I love kitty lap time. Although it seems like sometimes you don't like me doing the talking into the mic thing. Which is strange, because I talk into a mic with my friends online all the time, and she never cares. And I talk exactly the same way, so... Alright, can we sneak up on this little bastard? No, he saw me. That's how he got rid of him last time.
Don't bloody what you. I see you. Clear up. There you are. I see you.
Huh. Okay, I wasn't honestly expecting that. I figured he was going to kick my ass, but I'll take it. Anything else to pick up around here? Alright, screw it. Let's go outside. It'll probably get very similar FPS to the other Steam Deck. It can get somewhat, like a couple extra FPS here and there, but it's not usually a night and day difference kind of thing. Same thing with the Allies. The X can pull ahead in a couple games here and there by a couple FPS, but without a frame rate counter, you'd never know. And I swear sometimes the older one seems like it does like smoother gameplay. But then, in other times, the other one will do better. It's very strange. But that's why it's fun to test them all out and see what they're all capable of.
Must die. Oberon must die.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like walking around trying to figure out what to do. Hopefully I'll stumble upon the answer eventually. Huh. Do those lags maybe happen when it saves? I've played other games where that happens. I haven't paid attention for now. I'll try and pay attention to see if I see that saving screen every time it stutters like that. Because that could be the mystery right there. Doesn't mean it's okay by any means, but that might be it. Alright, let's hide in this grass and use this opportunity to go move on. So now we'll drop everything down to low just like we did on the other Steam Deck. And we'll see if this one can hit its 90 FPS or 90 Hertz refresh rate. Probably not all the time, but who knows? I only say that because the other one couldn't stay at 60 constantly. So it would make sense for this one to be able to stay at 90 the whole time, but hey, stranger things have happened. So let's shut up and go find out. Alright, here we go. Get a little low. Obviously, the game doesn't look so spectacular all blown up like this, but it doesn't really look that awful on the screens of the handhelds. Nothing to write home about, obviously, when it's got low settings like this, but hey, I'll take the frame per second nice and smoothness over graphics, but that's just me. If you don't care about that kind of thing, you can frickin' probably put this thing on like high and still get like 30 to 40 FPS. Certain things you just can't go up. Makes sense, though. If it were that easy and you could just Skyrim up everything, that would probably ruin a little bit of this game. So you got certain places where I could probably slide down to try to avoid capture and I'm getting shot by those people, but I ain't gonna be able to run up it if they're coming from the other way. At least that's what I get out of that. Alright, but we can go up little inclines like this, okay. Trying to test the waters and see. Alright, that looked like an invisible wall. I tried to jump and it wouldn't even let me jump. But yeah, I think I'm going to have fun with this game. It's definitely a little challenging, at least on this difficulty, but I kind of like games that are challenging, even though I'm usually not very good at them. I don't know. I just have fun, and I guess it just feels really good when you finally beat like some area that was really difficult, and you finally figure it out. Like this, I don't know how I'm supposed to get through this without getting killed by one of these guys, but there's got to be a way. They wouldn't just make a game impossible, so I got to sit here and figure out how to take one of these guys out without the other guy seeing, and then just repeat that until there's no one left. Kind of like what I'd do in Assassin's Creed. I went with, well, if everyone's dead, I can't really be seen, can I? Ah, the other guy saw me, though. Ouch. I've been shot. Oh, I think I've been to her little shop before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the thing that was on that sign.
I don't know you, do I?
No stealing.
No, I'm sure I've not seen you around here before. Not being rude, but you look awful. Got out
I
wrong
feel
side of bed,
awful.
did ya?
I got woken up by a half-dead guy who I had to like make a bandage for, and then
I'll
he
say,
promptly told me that I had to
your
get the
lot
fuck
should
out
be
of there,
wondering
so I
this
did.
far out village. Ain't safe.
And he said something weird was gonna happen, so it
That
makes
is
me
where
think,
you
what is he
came
gonna train
from.
us like a radioactive
Village?
zombie or something? I bet if we go back to that area later in the game, we could probably find out. Although sometimes they don't let you back into those places,
Aye.
but
I can
I'm
mark
pretty
it
sure
on
I
the map
just
for you.
crawled out of a place
You
or
won't watch yourself
walked up
out
to a
here in
door
the
and said
Dales.
leave.
Outlaws
So I
all
should be able to
over
go
the
back
shop.
in, but we'll see.
Oh, look, before you rush off, maybe we can do some business. My name's Molly. If you've got out to trade, I got some bits and bobs for sale. They kept what they were doing hidden from us locals, right up until the day the atom plant went bang across the mere. Well, you won't find any boffins left here now, but turns out they've been digging out secret bunkers all over the place. Riddle these hills like woodworm in an old sideboard. I might just know the location of one or two of them. Not that that kind of thing comes for free, you understand. Aye. Well, always good to corner market, ain't it? Oh, well, I suppose it can't hurt to give you a little something for free. I heard some outlaws found a big door nearby, one they couldn't get open. Now, only the boffins would have built something like that. They said it was signed, the interchange. It's inside a bunker that overlooks the quarry, if you've been over that way. Here, I'll mark it for you. Well, before everything were a mess, I used to be a tinker. Travelling round, fixing things for folk. Sharpening knives and scissors, selling pots and pans. Afterwards, couldn't get stuff off the markets to sell anymore. So I thought, Molly, my girl, you need to become a broker. That's what I do. I sort out deals. And I do it fairly. Reputation's about the only thing worth spit now. How's this
What would
sound?
it cost to get more
I do a bit of
information, eh?
trading. And here's the thing. I get right gossipy when I'm trading. I bet you wouldn't mind hearing a bit of local gossip, would you? Make a trade, and maybe I'll throw in some information for free. You need anything, Molly'll be here.
Well, apparently we found a sewer entrance. Well, alright. We're finding all sorts of cool stuff. That's one of my favorite things to do in these games, is explore and just hoard. But this game doesn't give you too big of an inventory. I can only pick up so many things. I think that's, yeah, I can pick up one more thing. At least weapon-wise, I guess. I think you can pick up as much food as you want. Well, I shouldn't say as much as you want, but so far it hasn't told me I can't pick up any more food yet, and I've picked up quite a few things. At least I thought. Maybe not. Because, I mean, I could think that, and all I have is, like, some potatoes or something like that, you know? Let's get us some camera recorded gameplay now. We're still on the low setting, because I like my 60 FPS. Doesn't look quite as good, obviously, but on this little screen, it's not that big of a deal. This game's graphics, from what I've seen anyway, although I only see medium, so I can't call it bad yet, but it doesn't seem like it's about super realistic, photorealistic graphics. This game seems to be more like, hey, we're going to make it look alright, and then it's going to run good on stuff. Well, run well on stuff. Like this. Usually games that come out, this would probably be a AA game, but some AA games don't get no 60 FPS on a Steam Deck. That's probably locked, isn't it? Now, it still can't stay at a constant 60 all the time, but it seems to be 60 more than not. So I'll take it. Alright, well I guess we're not getting over that. Convoy wreckage, eh? Nope, nothing in there. Alright. Ooh, nice. I don't think we have any ammo for it, but cool. Unless there's some around here somewhere.
Hands away from weapon. Nice and slow. Bloody hell!
playing silly buggers. Come on then, inside.
Yeah. What fight? Keep going. No point begging now.
Get it loaded. Quickly, quickly.
Coward. Stop it,
Come on then.
Well, that's not very good.
Right.
There sure are a lot of outlaws. Maybe we should go towards that. That looks kind of interesting. Willing to bet we can't go in here. Oh, we can, but I don't really want to go in the sewers. That wouldn't be a great FPS test. Usually underground is a lot easier to run than up here. The hell's that? Alright, well, we found some ammo. Now, where's a pistol?
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the quarantine protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the penal charter will be severely punished.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I won't be severely
In the
punished.
name of Queen and country, follow protocol or face the
I wanna.
consequences.
Oop, there's definitely people over there. And they're probably outlaws, but, I mean, obviously I don't know for a fact. But I'd rather just stay out of sight. That's what I'd do in an environment like this. I wouldn't really want to talk to too many people. Okay, there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot in here. That's okay though. Obviously you're not going to find treasure every place you look. That'd be rather boring if you did find treasure.
Nice and easy. Don't do anything stupid, friend. Careful. There might still be about.
Jeez. Those outlaws are everywhere. Alright, I think that's probably good for camera recorded gameplay. Anyway.
Right bunch of merry men we make.
Okay, anyway, I wanted to see if they were going to come in here and there's going to be a problem. But anyway, now we'll go and move on. Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay on the OLED. So it looks like I can't go into that one until I learn that disarming skill. Oh yeah, that's right. This game has HDR. Let's turn that on real quick now that we're... Oh. It won't let us. Interesting. Even though this is an HDR screen? Okay. It was just an idea, but I guess we're not getting it. Luckily, OLED by itself still looks amazing. But that's still a little lame. Probably because I didn't start the game like just on its screen. So it probably still thinks it's on the other screen. Oh, what is that I hear? I hear the 420 alarm. Let's shut that up real quick. Sorry about that. Alright. And we'll just play for a little bit longer since I sat there and wasted time doing that. I am probably going right into like a terrible spot. Is this that door they said they couldn't get open? Oh, no, that's like an interchange, but I don't want to go into buildings right now. I want to stay out here in the open world. Where it mostly stays above 60. And this is one of those games I'd recommend just locking to 60 instead of 90. It'd be cool if it could get 90 all the time, but I don't know, I don't really like all these frame drops. I think they take a little bit away from it, like when you got stuff like that going on. And that might happen even if you do lock the FPS. Sometimes games just have little stutters and whatnot that you can't do anything about, but... Hold. Now where are they going to go? That's the question. If they come in over here, I'm screwed. They'll see me immediately and just shoot me. I can't read that. I guess I can throw this? Hopefully I can just normally attack too. I don't necessarily want to throw my axe. Where did that guy get to? I heard him whistling. Where'd he go? Probably not a good idea to go in their camp just with an axe and like one shot with a shotgun. Alright, looks like it just has little stutters like that. Whatever, we'll trespass. Where the hell are you? Am I blind? Where is this guy? I hear him whistling. Oh, there he is. Wow, that's loud. Figured it wouldn't be that easy. there's way too many of them. Screw that. They will fuck me up real good. So let's just leave while we have a chance. And when we're better equipped, we'll come on back. Anyway, I'm gonna head off towards those other 2 markers. If I can get there without dying, that is. No? Okay. We're not going that way. So we'll just go this way. Alright, so that is one of those things they marked. I'm more curious about that village. Although I think that might have been that one where it's underground. If it is, then I'm not going to go in it. We still need a little more cloth. I have to remember, don't just jump from ladders. Being somewhat realistic, you'll break your legs. Alright. Is that other freaking place? Alright, yeah, I guess so. Never mind, I don't want to go in there. And that's probably the back way in. Alright, cool. He won't be needing any of that. Oh, even on low, the water looks alright. Better than a lot of games I played. Anyway, though, I think that's probably good, so why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Atomfall on the Steam Deck, and it actually played really well. Not a perfect 60 all the time, but I would say even on high, you'd probably get 30, 40 FPS. If you're somebody who doesn't care about frame rate, you could just put some settings up a little bit. Or if you're somebody who likes middle ground, I'd say the medium worked pretty damn well. But if you're somebody who wants it to stay right around 60 all the time, your only option is low, unfortunately. But that's how it usually is on the Steam Deck. If you want to get even a possibility of getting 60, you're gonna have to put things down to low and maybe even turn a little FSR on. But this game runs great. I'm actually very surprised. When I first went into it, I was expecting the usual AA and AAA, oh well, we're gonna turn everything down to low probably and struggle to even hit 30 FPS. But no, not this time. They did a great job of this game. Obviously, it's not the most graphically intensive game known to man, but still, sometimes I'd rather have an okay-ish looking game with decent performance versus a game that looks photorealistic, but even the best computers can only get 20, 30 FPS without relying on fake frames and upscaling, you know? But anyway, enough rambling. It's time for me to go get started on the allies. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.